Welcome back. I am now joined by NBA All-Star. It is so much fun saying that. Mike Conley Jr., way overdue, well-deserved, and thank you, friend, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
NBA All-Star Mike Conley. I'm just going to keep saying it because I should have been saying it years and years ago. You were out of the lineup last night. Donovan Mitchell was out of the lineup last night. The Suns were winning their game, so hot on your guys' heels in the Western Conference standings. Very dangerous position, and instead of falling, your Jazz teammates blew out the Kings by 49. What was it like seeing your guys clicking with you and Donovan on the sidelines?
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Those guys, we have a really deep team. We have guys who are prepared for, extra minutes, prepared to play. And obviously we lost a couple games to Minnesota that we want to have back. And for guys to respond in the way that they did, knowing, how important these games are going down the stretch, it was pretty fun to watch.
Amazing. And that race in the standings is real. The Suns are right there on your guys' tail. How much do you talk about that?
Well, it's tough not to, look at the standings at this point of the year. But as a team, we're really focused on trying to just continually get better as the season goes and continually to get healthy, which is most important. Obviously we'd love to maintain the number one seed at as best we can. But if it comes down to, Donovan taking a couple extra days to get his ankle rested or myself taking one more game to get rested and healthy to make the stretch run and get ready for the playoffs, then, we kind of have to weigh that decision. And we want to be healthy going into our playoff appearances.
Well, you've held on to that number one seed for 86 straight days, which is no joke. But you talk about getting healthy. The reason you sat last night is you tweaked that hamstring. It's the same hamstring that forced you to miss 12 games earlier this season. Donovan, you mentioned getting healthy as well. How do you feel with your health going into these final weeks of the season and being 100% of you during the playoffs?
Well, I feel very confident. I think I've played, very well and healthy through most of the season. And with my hamstring injury at the beginning of the year, I think a lot of it was more precautionary in a sense that, I took a little bit extra time to really get that back and ready to go. So I think in this case, like I said, it's not as bad as people think at all. It's, a lot of it is just trying to make sure that I'm 100%, not going out there at 85 and 80% and have an opportunity to re-aggravate something, and knowing how important it, we all are at this point in the stage of the season for us to be healthy going into the playoffs.
I mean, that's really the key, right? We've seen with the top teams, those teams are the ones that have held their guys out a little bit extra if they feel like they need to, because you guys are playing so many games on a condensed schedule. There's so much more opportunity for re-injury, as you say. And then also sometimes it looks more dramatic than it really is because you've got so many games squunched together. So normally you'd miss 5 games, but instead it turns into 7 games because of the schedule. So I feel like you guys really have a handle on how to get your health right as you go forward. I do want to ask you about something off the court, though, Mike, because we were so excited about this. You're one of the executive producers of the short film Two Distant Strangers, took home an Oscar last Sunday. I spoke with Kevin Durant about it before the ceremony. He was so juiced. Our friend Trayvon, of course, huge shouts to him for really making this film what it has been. What inspired you to help finance that film, and what did it mean to see it win an Academy Award, considering its message?
Well, I think it was obvious once I got, in contact with Trayvon, and he laid the script out for me and what, the messaging, the importance of it, everything that the film was about was, just aligned with who I am and what I'm trying to do as far as, creating change in my own personal way and continuing conversations and, building people up. And this was just a great opportunity for me to get involved in the filmmaking side of things. And it's my first opportunity to, just be behind the scenes and, see how everything kind of takes place step by step. And, I don't know if we all thought that it would win an Oscar, but we knew that it was going to impact people and have an importance, important message for a lot of people. So I'm just proud of Trayvon, KD, everybody that's been involved with the film down the line. Truly a great team. Everybody that, from Joey Badass to, Andrew, Zaria, everybody just, beautiful performances. I mean, it was just a great team effort, and I'm just proud of everybody involved.
Really, really impressive. And everyone out there, if you haven't seen it, it's not hard to find. Two Distant Strangers. It is more than worth your time. And I just want to get back to what I was talking about at the top here, Mike. Named an All-Star for the first time this season. It was your 14th year. There are many of us who have been talking for years about how overdue this was. When it finally happened for you, but in kind of this weird COVID way, how did it actually feel? And do you have a favorite memory from the weekend?
I tell you what, it didn't. I don't think I could have. It would have felt the same, I think, if I would have been announced reserve or a starter, or however I get announced. The announcement was the same feeling I thought it would be. It was just overjoyment. Just seemed like a long time coming. Was very excited because I understand how many people truly deserve it, especially out in the West, and how deep. The player, pool is, and the guards. And I mean, there's just so many talented people out there. And for me to be named and chosen in a year that going into it, I would have never thought, I'd be even mentioned. So it was truly a great experience. I think just being a part of the 3-point contest, which I kind of got into last minute. I said, if I'm gonna be there, I might as well,
absolutely,
enjoy it. I would do the dunk contest too, but I can't jump anymore. But I had a great time. Actually having a chance to win and compete against Steph and Donovan and Zach, everybody. It was pretty cool to experience that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.